Hello, everybody, and welcome to Open House Live. We're back once again. We are the only YouTube live stream show bringing you real-time looks at some of the best properties currently listed for sale and where agents are doing their open houses today. I've got with me my main man, co-host, as always. He is a dad. He is a triathlete. He is a title rep. He's an MMA ref, and you might also know him as the VGK ref, my man, Paul Mangual.
Good morning, Mike. How are you today?
Doing good. Doing very good.
Very good. Excited to get back on the live stream and get some of these open houses and these agents exposed to what's happening out here in the market.
You know, I looked this morning, there are 376 open houses in the Las Vegas Valley today.
Wow. Well, the weather's perfect for it. It's nice out, a little breezy, but it's not too hot. And we have a lot of people out showing houses today, and hopefully a lot of offers and acceptances out there for our agents today.
Yeah, a lot of activity now happening. Now, hopefully we are cooling down today. Crazy. We hit 100 this week in March. Unbelievable.
Yeah, next week we'll be back down into more regular weather. That's what scares people away from Las Vegas sometimes is, you know, when it's 100 degrees in March, they're not used to that.
Yeah.
I was at the hockey game the other day and it was 80 degrees back here where we were on the team we were playing, the Edmonton Oilers. It was minus 10 degrees Celsius, which I don't even know what that is in real life in Fahrenheit, but it's cold. It's a lot. It's cold.
Oh, we need cold. It's cold. Yeah. So, you know, one thing with the heat, oftentimes people will not go out to open houses. They will stay inside. But, you know, I think because it's March, spring season is here, the buying season has started. I think, you know, the agents are going to have a good time and a lot of showings at their properties.
I sure hope so. We're excited to get people on here today, and we have two really great agents with us today.
Yeah, let's jump into that. Let's talk about the two agents we've got coming on. So someone that you may be familiar with, Paul, Miss Stephanie Dibbs Mangual, over from SERHANT brokerage. And you know what, interesting, I want to talk to her a little bit about that today. SERHANT's a newer brokerage here in Las Vegas. So want to get her take on you know, how the feedback's been. And then we've also got Callie Walls-Vail from Simply Vegas. And Paul, I think this is our first show where we have our guests are returning guests.
Yes, indeed it is. And we're excited to have them back. And, you know, what we try to do for our agents with this show is not only showcase their property, but also just showing their listing the kind of work they're putting in to get their house marketed. And they can use these these videos to show other people prospective listings that they have, so they can show them what they'll do and the kind of work they'll put in for them. Not all agents are the same, and some agents just put something on the MLS and don't do anything about it. And some agents are working hard to make sure they're taking care of their clients. And we're excited to have two agents that are doing just that.
Absolutely. You know, and I reach out to a lot of realtors on a weekly basis to try and get them on the show, those that have open houses scheduled. And it does kind of amaze me how many people don't want to showcase themselves or showcase their properties, you know, to the masses. So it's kind of,
you know, people are still weird about video and they want to be perfect. They want to do everything perfect on video. And that's a great part about doing something live is we're doing it live. There's no do-overs, which is exciting.
I like it better. I like it better because it shows how we are naturally. You know, if we screw up, we screw up. We're going to. So
agree completely.
Yeah. Well, tell you what, let's get this show started. Let's jump to our first guest today, Miss Callie Walls-Vail from Simply Vegas.
Hello, how are you guys?
Welcome back. Well. Good to see you again.
Yes, I'm so happy to be back. This is actually my third time coming back. So
I love it.
Very excited to be here. We are at 3032 Cipero Avenue. We are on the market at $625, and I'm really excited for you to see this house. I'm going to flip the camera around because I do want you to see that we are in a cul-de-sac here in Southern Highlands in a gated community. So I'm going to flip this around and we're going to get started.
I love it. Thanks for that.
Here we go. So here is the front. Everybody see?
Yeah, looks great. I love cul-de-sac living.
Me too. Gives you a little bit of extra parking for your guests. Things don't feel as tight. And I think that when you're on that cul-de-sac, you do feel a little extra room.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of extra safety with it as well, you know,
Oh, of
because
course.
people who are in the cul-de-sac, they're typically in there for a reason. They're not just driving by. So you always know, when I lived in a cul-de-sac before, anytime there was a car I didn't recognize, you know, your head's out the window and you're seeing what's going on. So I enjoy it.
Yes, and you know, this neighborhood, I'm very familiar with it. Quite often are there kids riding their bikes in here. When I pulled in this morning, there was, you know, neighbors walking their dogs. It was just, you know, very active community.
Love it.
This home has 2,051 square feet. Did we transition good? There we go. So when you do come in, you have it does feel very spacious. Walking through, you can either go upstairs or come on into your main living area. You do have a bathroom here for your guests. Let's just do a little peek in here.
Nice little powder room.
Powder room, exactly. Here, let me do this back here. It is under the stairs. Now, it's a little interesting of a design, but I don't mind it. Keeps it nice tucked away and your guests feel as if they're not right off the living room.
Good use of space.
Yes. So quite a spacious living area, opening into your kitchen. Very open concept in here. I love their big, I believe these are called big, you know, ass fans is where they got it from. I hate to use such language, but that is where he said.
That's the name of the website, I believe, honestly.
Yeah, I said, where'd you get this fan? He said the big ass fan. I was like, oh, okay. I thought he was just saying that at first, but nope. So we'll give you a view here. We got granite countertop, stainless steel. Something I like, there is a pantry here. I am going to open it just so I think pantries are important. You can't store, doesn't feel like home to me. I got a lot of stuff, so. You can come in through the garage right here. Let's peek out there just so we can. 2-car garage. He does have some storage racks up here.
I have those in my garage as well. Those are super, super handy. And a lot of people, they just, I think it's an amazing waste of space if you don't do it in your garage.
Oh, 100%. I mean, we have them in ours. There's 2 in here. So, and I will mention, they have a Cadillac Escalade and everything fits flawlessly. So,
very nice.
You do have a water loop here. They don't have a softener, but it is an option. And then I'm going to take you out to my favorite part of this home, and that's the backyard. They put a lot of thought into designing and landscaping this backyard. Oh, wow. So quite large.
I saw the photos of this backyard online, and this is the selling point of the house, in my opinion.
Me too. And you know, the sellers, they are out here daily. They enjoy their backyard. We got roses. We have pomegranate trees, lime tree. There's a lemon tree. Raised beds. Nicely done tile work. And this is a premium turf here. And then you do have your covered patio.
So the thing I like about that backyard is every inch of that wall is covered by shrubbery. Yep. So you don't see that backyard. All you see is lush greenery.
It's beautiful. It feels good just being out here right now. I'm going to be quite honest. And it isn't too hot. It's just right in my opinion. So leave the house and come to our open house. When these bloom, these are all roses. It's gorgeous. All right. We're going to head upstairs. There's Jess. She's helping me today. The airflow with this front door open, and that it just feels so homey and nice in here. You see? We do have a loft space, which is nice to, you know, separation. If you have a kids, family, that's what I would imagine coming in here with the school districts and, you know, a family. This is a family home in my eyes, but it would be a great starter home for a couple as well.
It's good that you can watch two different, that whole living area upstairs. That way you can watch, someone can watch the football game upstairs and watch something else downstairs.
And another thing, your laundry room is on the top floor, so that's nice. You don't have to carry your laundry up from the first floor.
All the bedrooms are upstairs, correct?
Yes, 3 bedrooms upstairs. So we have our first bedroom. And this is a queen bed here. So this has quite the space. I believe these, what are these room space? 12 by 12 on these, so.
It's very good. Dual sinks in the bathroom. So if you have 2 kids, they don't have to argue over the space.
Mm-hmm. And they do. I have kids. They will argue over the space. They have their second bedroom done as a playroom, which I think is super cute. You do have a window to see out. This is the front of the house here.
It's a pretty sweet playroom. The child in that house has a bigger living, or has a bigger space than his parents do.
Right. Yeah.
Between the 2 bedrooms.
And then you know, throw in all the stuff in the backyard. They have pretty great
Kids
childhood here.
Yeah,
So
right.
head
The
on
kids
into
that
the
rules that place.
Yes, and that's the only reason why they're on the market. They're outgrowing it. They have a full family now, and they want to expand.
Very nice. A beautiful house.
Thank you. Here's the primary.
Shows very, very well too. They did a really good job of making sure the house was clean and listening to their realtor to make sure it was done properly.
Yes, they are. Actually, the first people that came in was a family, and the first thing they said was, "They have kids here." I was like, "They do." And they were enamored by how clean it was.
Yeah, very impressive.
Great walk-in closet space. Have a safe in here. And then I love this. I love that there's just an extra, you know, countertop with some space under here that you could do a makeup area if you wanted to. You know, it could be a number of things.
Very good. House shows like a model home, like they did it. Like if you were showing a brand new community, the house shows very well. Very definitely relay that back to your seller after today. Everyone, I'm sure, is impressed.
All my sellers with families, and kids, they always say, "Oh, it's not clean enough." And my last 2, I have 2 listings right now with children, and every time somebody comes through the home, they say they have kids, huh?
Yeah, right.
So it's just nice that everything is perfect and ready to go.
Yeah.
They care. They've taken really good care of this home.
The tile floor, floor looks like wood.
Can you see it? Oh,
yeah, I love it.
Anything else you want to go back through?
I don't think so. The house is beautiful.
Thank you.
How long has it been on the market, Callie?
Well, we've been on for quite some time, to be quite honest. Oh, hold on. Sorry. We've been on since October. We've done a price reduction. So we're sitting right now at $625. It's been on. All the homes in this area have been on the market a little bit. So,
well, it is Southern Highlands. You are in a gated community. So it's a great location and it's a great property.
It really is. Location right out here too. There is, the freeway off, but you cannot hear it. And for me, 10 minutes to anything is a beautiful thing when you live in Las Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. Well, excellent. Well, so in the Southern Highlands, what are they closest to? Which center is this closest to? Is this close to the Smiths or?
Yeah, that whole the Smiths right there with the Ace, the farmers market's right around the corner.
Yeah, Willett Family Park is very close to there. There's a lot of really great places to, a lot of great public area and a lot of great retail very close. And I agree with you. Having the grocery store and having that stuff that close is an asset and a benefit. And I wish more people, felt the same.
Oh, you're 3 minutes to the grocery store, if that. You got a gas station, a very nice gas station right up here on the corner that has a coffee shop, a car wash, I think there's a restaurant in there. It just makes life easy. I guess I should have mentioned that when I said 10 minutes. You're about 10 minutes to the strip, the airport, anything. So, but inside living in grocery stores and school, it's all right here, walking distance. I saw people walking out this community with their dog this morning, headed to the farmer's market.
Excellent.
So
And that's the other great thing about Southern Highlands. A lot of walking trails throughout the community.
yes. Yeah. And activities. They're constantly doing activities for their community.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you're part of their Facebook groups, they have so many different groups. They got mom workout clubs, all sorts of stuff. The seller was telling me all about how they always go and be part of their community. So awesome. I think that's amazing.
Great property. Hey, Callie, turn your camera around real quick. Want to ask you a question.
Yes.
This past month, interest rates have gone up, all because of the Iran conflict going on. Are you hearing anything from your clients or out in the public about what's going on and how it affects housing?
Yes, I am. And what I would say, one of the main things I get is, it's not the time, we're in war. Well, I understand that makes everything rise, but at the same time, you're not competing with other buyers, as many, I should say. Sellers are still giving things like concessions, rate buy downs. That's huge.
Yeah.
If that rate is the only thing that's really got you, and you've been saying that for the last couple of years, and now there's another excuse of the war, now's really the time. It really is. You have a benefit, and it's hard to grasp when things around you like gas and food rise, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, people like a deal. You can negotiate the list price, seller closing costs, and rate buy down. So there's a silver lining to everything in my eyes. You just gotta find it and be thinking about the big picture, because it really is the big picture.
Yeah, it is the big picture. And later on in the show, after we see our next property, I want to talk a little bit about the Iran conflict and what that's doing to interest rates, and really how it's there's some misconceptions out there about what it's actually doing. So I want to clear some of those things up today.
Very nice, Mike. And if anybody can clear that up, it's you.
Callie, thanks for your time today.
Thank you, guys. I hope to see you at my next open house.
All right.
Absolutely. Have a good day, you guys.
Thanks, Callie.
Okay, bye-bye.
It's a great property. Really really pretty. It shows really well. I'm surprised it's been on the market for such a long time.
I know. I don't think the price is crazy on that one. Just over $600,000, $300 a square foot. Southern Highlands, that's reasonable.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, well, she told me about that property, and she told me about the backyard. So I had to go look it up. And to me, that backyard right off the kitchen, with how open that kitchen is, that is the selling point of that house.
Yeah.
Everything there.
I love it. All right. Well, who do we have up next? She looks familiar.
Yeah, she does look familiar to you, I'm sure. Let's jump in and let's talk with Stephanie.
Hi, guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
I like your last name. Looks like
Is that nice? Thank you. I
yeah,
like
yeah,
it too.
not too common.
Stephanie, Paul's talked to you all morning. You're probably tired of hearing from him. So
Yeah,
I'll take the lead on this one and
I'm
talk with
ready,
you.
Mike. Thank you so much.
So real quick, before we get into your property, I said at the beginning, I wanted to ask you about SERHANT.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about SERHANT Brokerage. It's new to Vegas. How long has it been here now? And how are things going over there?
So new to Vegas, but very established, obviously, in other markets. I mean, originating in New York, Ryan SERHANT. We're one of the most followed real estate brands in the world in terms of website activity and social media. And we've been here in Vegas since October is when we launched. And it's been going great. We are just, we're the new kid in town brokerage wise, but all of the agents in the company are very established, long time realtors here in Las Vegas. So we have a lot of experience under the brand name.
It seems like when they came in, they were very selective about who they invited to SERHANT.
They were, yes. There's definitely criteria and thresholds, and it's not a company where you can just park your license at. You have to be a producing agent.
Now, you've been in the industry for what, 20 years now?
23 now.
23 now.
Yeah.
You've been through a different.
Started when she was 7.
Yes, thank you, Paul.
You've been through a few different brokerages. You're not one of these brokerage hoppers. You're very selective about the brokerage you've worked with.
Yes, I try not. I don't want to ever move.
Yeah, and you left a great brokerage.
I did.
Real broker.
I did. No, I was at the agency.
Oh, the agency. That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. What was the deciding factor for you to make that move, being at a very good elite brokerage, making that move to SERHANT?
It was a tough choice. It really was, but it just felt right when I was speaking with the people from New York and understanding their vision, what they plan on doing long term. I was just very, very invested in it, and it just made sense for me and my team to make the move.
If you can give me one or two bullet points, that really enticed you to move, and let's not talk compensation or financials.
Sure.
What was it about SERHANT, specifically that drew you over?
Oh, it's the marketing and the reach for, what the team can put together. We have SERHANT Studios that handles all of our video work. We have, just an amazing staff that puts together all of our print and digital collateral and everything else. And it's just very well supported. It's very sleek. It's very uniform. I'm great at selling houses, but I can't build things in, Canva and all of that. It's not where my time is best spent. So I have somebody that can do that for me now. And it's made my business so much easier. I have great people that I can rely on for that. And they put together everything. I'll show you as we go into this house in a minute. We already have a video out. It's edited. It's on the SERHANT website. It gets a lot of activity. It gets a lot of engagement. And, it's a great company for that.
And I love that was the selling point for you, because my years in this industry, and I know Paul's the same way, when agents, realtors get into this business, they have to do everything. And we're not good at everything.
Right.
We're not good marketers. We're not good paperwork people. We may be great at negotiations or whatever it may be, but the marketing is the absolute most important part of what we do.
It is. And it's so important when we interview for listings that we can show our clients, look, I'm not just going to put your house in the MLS and hope for the best. I'm going to feature you on this website. I'm going to feature you in this magazine. I'm going to, send out this print material. I have this social media reach. I have this, other digital collateral that you'll see in other places. It takes all of that stuff to sell a house properly.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, I love it. Love that you went there. And, I love that they've actually come to town and they're bringing something different. They're bringing something new. So
are.
hopefully that has a tremendous impact on the other brokerages in town. Maybe it'll
Yeah.
help them make them step up their game a bit.
Hope so. I mean, listen, Ryan Serhant is so good at selling real estate, and he has not gotten away from that as his celebrity has kind of risen. He still, every single day, is selling property. And I think that's something, there's a lot of credibility behind the name.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's do what we came here to do. Let's do it.
I want to show you this house. I'm going to just flip my camera around and we'll get started. So we are at 5432 Pride Mountain. We are in North Las Vegas. We're in a gated community. I just want to show you from the street. So we have the house here with a really wide and extended driveway. So you are allowed to park a trailer here or an RV. In fact, the neighbor has one back there. So makes it really great for toys. They also have the EV hookup out here, but the real magic is inside this house. The owner is a contractor, and so they have gone through 2 separate remodels because they wanted to make some changes after they bought it and then decided to make even more changes. So as we come in, and sorry, it's a little busy in here today, we do have like a custom mud room set up. They're from the Midwest, so this was very important. Little cubby for all the shoes, hooks for all the backpacks. They have children, so they want it nice and organized as soon as they come in. I'll take you to the downstairs guest room in a minute, but this is the kitchen. Hi, Courtney, how are you? So beautiful kitchen, fully renovated. And I just die always when there's a window above the sink in the kitchen because it lets in so much light. It's beautiful quality quartz, custom built out cabinets. We've got the pull up. We have some guests with us. There's my partner, Carrie. And the family room. One of my other favorite little key features. It's always the little things that really excite me. They built out a little dog space under the stairs. So their dog bed goes under there and all the dog toys.
Love that.
I know, isn't that cute? So I'm going to come right back here to the front door because we do have a downstairs bedroom with a 3/4 bath, which is really, really important for, guests, I feel like, or multi-generational living. You do have an actual like walk-in shower here, so no bathtub. So if we do have parents that are going to come live with us later in life, it takes, that fear away of safety.
Yeah.
Popping out into the garage real quick, just so you can see, we have overhead storage, some tool organization, clean and orderly, epoxy floor. And then we'll go up these stairs. So again, they redid everything. These used to be carpeted stairs when they bought it. So we're about 2,500 square feet with lots of space to spread out. This is the loft. It's huge.
Very good size.
Yes. And he actually put a door on it and closed it in for noise.
Nice.
Because it's the kids' playroom or theater or, just timeout space if you need it. And then we've got the upstairs laundry. Again, all custom cabinets. He did all of the carpentry work, all of the tops. Really good quality stuff. You're not going to see your typical like house flip
Right.
options. We've got this bathroom that was redone. They redid the shower enclosure.
3 niches in the shower. That's impressive.
Well, he has all daughters, so
Did you say he's a contractor?
He is, yes.
Okay.
Yes, and he's surrounded by women because it's all girls in this house. So we've got 1 bedroom here. Beautiful mountain views out of all of these windows too. I don't know if you spend any time in North Las Vegas, but I think it has some of the best mountain views of any neighborhood in the valley. Second room. And then we have the baby's room over here. Hi. Sorry, you're good. We're just doing a quick live show. I'm going to pop in here while they're in the baby's room. This is the primary. He put the barn door on, and they changed the footprint of this bathroom completely. It used to have a big bathtub in it. They got rid of that. They did this really great car wash shower with all the giant rain shower head. Yeah. And of course a bench, because women love a bench in their shower. And then he built out this closet. So again, another window, a lot of natural light coming in. It's a great space for my ladies out there. It's a great space to get ready because you've got great natural light coming in the bathroom. Men too. I don't want to take that away from you. We have another linen build out here, and then the baby's room, which they have blackout shades on the window right now, but it does get quite bright in here without them. But we just keep it quiet and dark for the babe. So I'm going to take you back downstairs. We can head outside, and I can answer any other questions.
Beautiful.
Before I head down,
house.
anything else up here?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. Very well.
Another great property. I mean, both of these homes show really well today.
Yeah, I looked at Callie's tour while she went through. The house was beautiful.
It's gorgeous, right? Both these houses today, very, very nice. A lot of care put into it, and the fact that there's children, lots of children in each house.
Lots of children in this house.
And just to show how well it shows and how staged it is and how clean it is. It really makes for good videos.
Yes, I did forget to show you this. This is the rest of the space under the stairs that connects to like the dog. I mean, there's still a wall here, but you can see he opened all of this up to really make it just lots of storage. So you can have a bunch of stuff and not have it out all over the place.
Great utility.
Yeah. Very functional.
So Stephanie, without giving away personal details of the sellers, are they relocating in town? What are they doing? Why are they selling?
They're relocating in town. He is going to, they wanted more property, even though this is quite a bit of land. He needs a workshop. So they bought in like the rural preservation area, and he has a big workshop where he could do carpentry and all of the things like on property. So this is our backyard. We actually have real grass here.
I was going to say, is that real grass?
It is real grass. In fact, the sprinklers were just on. And so I'm not going to be walking on the grass right now because I will sink in with my heels. But it's real grass, but lots and lots of shade out here. Lots of tree cover. They've got the hammock. We've got a little play area set up for the little one right now. She's got like her little playhouse under the covered patio here.
Yeah. Big trees, very mature trees. That's always nice for a backyard.
Yeah. I'm going to just head back in, and then happy to answer any questions.
So you just launched this one recently, correct?
We've been on the market for 3 days.
Okay.
Hi. Oh, it's getting very busy in here.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yes. So yeah, we've been on the market for 3 days. We had our first showing this morning right before the open house. And then we've got a full house right now. My partner is with 2 separate groups.
It's going to be a busy day for you.
I hope so. It's an interesting time. It's busier than I think the press would lead you to believe. There's a lot of negative press right now, especially with rates and everything else. But I don't know. I think people are tired of the uncertainty, and the ones that are ready to pull the trigger are ready to pull the trigger.
Yeah. Well, you and Callie, both your sellers relocating here in town.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's not like just selling to get out of the market. It's selling because they're moving up.
Yeah, exactly. there's still a space for that.
What are you hearing in the market? I asked Callie the same question
Mm-hmm.
with what's going on in Iran and how it's affecting the market. What do you hear?
Yeah. So, I mean, look, conflict is always going to be bad for rates. Inflation is still kind of dragging us down a little bit too, keeping rates up. And it's things that we fight against all the time. I do think though that because we've been having this conversation since 2022, really, and there's been a lot of volatility. Rates are going to come down, rates are going back up. I do think that more people are just accepting of the fact of, listen, I just need to find the house that works and a payment that works. If I can make that payment better down the road, great. Otherwise, it's time, because sitting stagnant over the last couple of years have not done them any favors either.
None whatsoever. I think people are, I've been saying this for about 8 months now. They're over the stagnation. They're over the unknown. A lot of people are like, hey, I've been waiting since 2022. It's not getting any better,
right?
But prices keep going up. So I'm going to get in the market now while I can.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a tough lesson learned for some people, especially the ones that have been waiting since, even before that.
Even longer.
So that's it. We can't drag them through this process, but if you look at the data and you look at if they would have bought in 22, where they're at in terms of equity now, it's, they left some money on the table.
I try to explain this time and time again. The real estate market is always going to go up over time. It's always going to go up.
Exactly.
So if you think we're ever going to get back to 2009 prices, 2010 prices, it's never done that. So maybe for a short period of time when we hit that recession, but over the long haul, prices and values are always going to go up.
Yeah, I agree. And I do think, I think that people need to be careful when they have conversations about pricing and they look at, like sale prices have been really good and very steady over the last 2 years. List price to sale price has been a larger, gap, because some sellers needed to get realistic over the last couple of years. But that doesn't mean that home values went down. It just means they tested the market at a higher price and it didn't work out. But here we are. We have another house that I was going to put on your show that we put under contract on our first open house with multiple offers, because it was in a great neighborhood, it was priced well, and it was ready to go. So I think that we're going to start to see that more and more now that sellers have caught up to the realities of the market, that you have to give buyers a little bit more today than you did in 2019 and 2020, when you could ask for whatever you wanted as a seller. But it doesn't mean that the values have gone down.
Right. No, they haven't. They haven't gone down.
They haven't.
One thing I tell a lot of people is a list price is an invitation to put in an offer.
That's right.
That's all it is.
Right.
It's not an absolute. Sometimes it's low because they want to drive the price up through competitive offers. Sometimes it's high because that's what they want. But all it is an invitation to submit an offer.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, I invite many people to bring me an offer today on this.
I think you're going to have many.
Yeah.
You're going to get many.
I think so too.
Traffic you've had already.
And when homes are turnkey like this and done with care, there's a big difference on how a buyer receives it the second they walk through.
Yeah. Absolutely, definitely. And with some of those added features that we talked about before, the some of the storage space, the thoughtful storage space, the RV or toy hauler parking on the side that's okay for that neighborhood. It's always a big selling point for homes.
Yeah.
So I think
it's
you're going to
exciting.
get. Yeah.
Plus, I don't know what you guys know about the North Las Vegas market, but it's hot. If I was to put money into an investment in the Valley right now, that's where I would be focusing. There's so much growth out here. There's so much new construction. There's so many jobs coming to the market out here. It's a really, really exciting time for this city. So I'm really excited to sell this property to somebody who believes in North Las Vegas and is going to make this their home.
Yeah.
Great.
You know, I don't want to compare property to property or
Mhm.
make anyone think anything different.
No,
but
that's okay. You could say I win.
no,
It's
let's
okay.
look at Callie's property, 2,000 square feet in Southern Highlands
Hmm.
for, what was it, 625.
Hmm.
Your property, I saw it was 2,900 square feet. It may be 2,500 square feet
Yeah,
for 530.
2950
Okay.
Mhm.
Almost 900 square foot more
for
and about
100,000 less.
$100,000 less.
Mhm.
I mean, pretty good deal.
It's an amazing deal, and you're not sacrificing anything
Yeah.
to be here. You have a great gated community. We are within 2 miles from all the major grocery stores. We have one of the very few Aldi's in town. You know, Aldi's fairly new to the Las Vegas Valley, and people love Aldi. And so that's a mile and a half away from here. We have parks, we have trailheads, we have all of the things that you can get in any other part of the valley.
Yeah.
Very
Great
good.
property. I think you're going to sell it today.
It's
Thanks.
a great house.
I have high hopes too. I'm going to give my partner some reprieve
Assistance,
now
yeah.
because we
Okay.
have another group through. So I really appreciate your guys' time. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
being
for
on.
joining us.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Paul, we'll see you at home later.
Okay, thanks. All right, bye.
It's great. So, two really good houses today. That's
Yeah.
really
You know,
nice.
and when I looked at what we had, I was like, oh, you know, we've got 2 showings today. But you know what? I like having fewer because we can spend more time really diving in and digging deep on these properties and having great conversation.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely the quality was there today. And not that, we've had poor quality of homes. They're just different. Every home is different. Everyone cares for their home differently. But both of these homes that Callie and Stephanie brought to us today were dialed in, ready to show, serious sellers and really good agents that want to do well for their seller and want to make it happen. So it's really, really exciting to see that today.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, we talked a little bit with both Stephanie and Callie about what's going on in Iran and what that's done to interest rates. I just want to show a few little graphs here and kind of explain this a little bit more. The headlines that are out there right now is that the markets are taking huge hits, which if you look at it, they are.
Right.
Stock market, big dips, I think lowest point of the year. Interest rates have dropped down. Everything is taking a hit. But I think when it comes to housing, people are much more sensitive to those major headlines. I wish I would have pulled some of the headlines and showed them on the screen. But I think Stephanie said it. They make it sound like it's all doom and gloom.
Sure.
For those of us that are in the industry, we see these every day and we're like, you know what? It's not as extreme as they make it out to be. It's not as
Right.
bad as they make it out to be. But
I
let me
think
just share a couple of things here.
Sure.
So this is the Fannie Mae 30-year 5.5% coupon. This is actually what gets traded with mortgage-backed securities. So don't worry about what the numbers mean. All I want you to look at is this red line that says Iran conflict began. What's gone on since then? Huge, huge sell-off. So prices have gotten worse. This is the 30-year 5.5% coupon. Now let's look at interest rates. So interest rates at the beginning of the month before the Iran conflict began, the average rates were 5.99%. Today, they're sitting at 6.38%, which is about 3/8 of a percentage point higher. So 5.99 to 6.38, all because of the Iran conflict. Now, let's look at one of the leading indicators or the leading drivers of this, and that's going to be oil. Almost everything we use on a daily basis has some kind of oil in it. So that's why whenever there's volatility with oil, it affects everything. Not just the cost of transportation, but the cost of producing just about every item that we use on a daily basis is
Sure.
impacted by that. And as we've heard in the news, things have gone up exponentially, from what were we at, about $65 a barrel, now pushing 90 on the WTI crude oil. So that's a big, big difference. And that drive up in oil cost is leading to further inflation, which is scaring the bond market, scaring the stock markets, which is why they're pulling back right now because of the uncertainty.
Well, and that's scaring buyers as well. And you just said the key word right there is uncertainty. And that's what we see at the title company when people are when deals are canceling. That I'll talk to the agents afterwards and like, yeah, they got cold feet. They got cold feet because uncertainty is the main problem. They're uncertain what if prices go up significantly for gas, for their groceries, for their things that they need every day. Can they afford that higher payment on their property?
Right.
Also, the uncertainty about the job market. Is their job going to be there? Many years ago, a government job was the way to go with all of the things you get from it and all the benefits. Now, if there's a disagreement in Washington, your government worker might not get paid for several weeks or several months. That we've seen numerous times over the last decade. So it's very interesting how people are feeling about this, and it's tough. And you're right. And Stephanie mentioned it earlier. Find a payment that you can work with, and worry about if you can improve that payment later. Then do that. But get to the house that you want, that you can afford, and if you can fix that payment later with a refinance, eventually they'll have that opportunity. It's not going to be a 3% interest rate, but if it goes from 6.25% to 5.5%, that's going to save them a lot of money. If it goes from 5.5% to 5%, that's going to save them a lot of money. And so we'll see some more of those refinances happening. But uncertainty is really what's driving everybody, in my opinion.
It is. Yeah, that it is the uncertainty. I want to dive into that just a little bit deeper if we can. Wrong one. When we look at interest rates, so let's say we're up 0.3%. Well, what does that mean in actual real dollars? Because I think that's what people need to know. Not just it's up 0.3%. Oh my God, interest rates are rising. But what is the actual financial impact of that? So for every 0.1% increase costs about $8 in a higher monthly payment, or lower if it drops. So 0.1% is $8 per $100,000 loan amount. So let's use Stephanie's home as an example. Let's say they put $30,000 down. They buy the house for $530,000. That means their loan amount is $500,000. If their rate went up 0.3%, it's going to go up, well, $8 per 1/8. So 3/8 is $24. And then times 500,000 or times 5 because it's per every 100,000. So 24 times 5, $120. So interest rates going up 0.3% would cost that buyer $120 more per month. That's the real math. That's the real number, not just interest rates are skyrocketing. Interest rates are taking a huge hit. For that borrower, it's $120 more per month. It's not nothing, but it's not $1,000 per month either.
Right. But I think what we're seeing is, but that $120 is their groceries for a week.
Well, with gas prices going up, it's not just the house. It is now also
tank of gas or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's everything combined. So groceries going up, gas prices going up. Now we're electing to buy a new house, and we're going to spend another $120 per month. Where I'm a government worker, well, TSA hasn't been paid in over a month. So what if that happened to us and we're electing to go into this new home?
Right.
I understand it. I really do.
Yeah, it's a tough market for a lot of people, but if they can find that space and can find that motivation to move forward with it, it's a good time, and it will be a good time, and there will be appreciation down the road. We're not going to see 20-30% appreciation like we did back in after the crash, but we are going to see our regular supply and demand appreciation as we move on.
Yeah. As it always has, real
Right.
estate is, I don't want to say it's the safest investment, but it is a relatively safe investment because history tells us the values of homes always go up over time.
Yeah, the value of property goes up. Yeah, that's it for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. And as we continue to maneuver through these uncertain times, hopefully there will be some resolution coming with that conflict. And hopefully the markets will stabilize a little bit and everyone will have a little bit more confidence in what's happening in not only in our local markets, but in the world, quite frankly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really what it's all about. Sometimes we get drawn into what we do on a daily basis and that's our little bubble, but we got to look outside of that and think bigger picture. We just want people to feel easy about living life and moving forward. That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, Paul,
Good day today, man.
great one. Really good.
Good day today.
We'll be back next Saturday, as always.
Next Saturday, and then we'll have some more information. We'll talk a little title and escrow stuff, and also I'd like to talk a little about some investments and we'll talk a little about 1031 exchanges and how those can affect people in their market.
Look forward to it. Good conversations.
All right, man. Like everyone, like and subscribe, check it out, and we'll see you next week.
See you next time. Bye-bye.